Do you think building strength means lifting heavier and risking injury? It doesn't. Most people are doing it wrong. They focus on the wrong exercises or use poor form. These 5 moves build real strength, protect your joints, and one of them is especially important for long-term mobility. We're starting with the goblet squat. Now, don't worry if you don't have dumbbells yet. You can absolutely start mastering this movement with just your body weight or holding a loaded backpack and still build significant strength. This move is key to building truly functional leg strength. Why the goblet squat? It's not just a quad move. It hits glutes, hamstrings, and core, training your body to move as a single powerful unit. And the older we get, the more critical that total body coordination becomes. Weak legs often mean shaky balance, plus holding the weight up front like this forces your upper back and core to engage throughout the movement. It's like a stealthy full body workout. Now let's talk form. Hold a single dumbbell vertically against your chest, cupping the top end with both hands. Stand with your feet about shoulder width apart, toes pointing slightly out. Keep that chest held high. Initiate by sending your hips back first, then bend your knees to lower down, keeping your back straight and core tight. Let your elbows track inside your knees if possible. Go as deep as you comfortably can while maintaining good form. Feel the stretch and muscle activation. Drive back up powerfully through your whole foot to the starting position. A really common mistake here is letting your knees cave inward on the way up or down. Actively think about keeping them tracking out over your toes to protect those joints. And a pro tip, try squatting barefoot or in flat shoes if you can. Grounding your feet can actually improve your balance. If it feels too simple, make it harder. Try adding a pause on the bottom. Sink down, hold for 3 full seconds, feeling the tension, then explode back up. This eliminates momentum and forces your muscles to work harder. Aim for 2 to 3 sets of about 8 to 12 repetitions. Okay, exercise number 2 is the Romanian deadlift or RDL using dumbbells. Now remember, I mentioned one exercise was especially crucial for long-term mobility. This one's your ticket to a rock-solid posterior chain, the muscles along your backside that won't quit. Think of these muscles, your glutes, hamstrings, and lower back as your body's unsung heroes. They power everything from picking things up correctly off the floor to just standing tall without back pain. Neglect them and you risk stiffness and back issues. Train them with the RDL and you unlock strength, resilience, and that crucial hip mobility. It's all about mastering that hip hinge movement, which is fundamental to protecting your spine whenever you bend or lift. Let's get the movement right. Stand tall, holding dumbbells in front of your thighs, palms facing your body, feet about hip width apart. Keeping a slight bend in your knees but not squatting, push your hips straight back. Let the dumbbells slide down to the front of your legs as you hinge, keeping your back perfectly flat, core braced. Don't round your spine. Lower the weights until you feel a good stretch in your hamstrings, maybe to mid-shin level or slightly below, depending on your flexibility. Then, drive your hips forward, squeezing your glutes hard at the top of the return to standing tall. The biggest mistake is turning this into a squat by bending the knees too much, or even worse, rounding the lower back. Keep those knees soft but relatively straight, and focus on the flat back throughout. The movement comes from the hips pushing back and forth. Want to spice it up later and challenge your balance even more? Try the single leg version. It seriously sharpens your stability, forcing each leg and hip to work independently. Let's shoot for 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 controlled repetitions. All right, moving to the upper body push. Since most of us don't have a proper bench at home, we're doing the dumbbell floor press. This is a fantastic and safer alternative for building chest, shoulder, and tricep strength. It targets those key pressing muscles effectively, helping maintain crucial upper body strength, which can decline after 40. Why is this pressing strength important? It helps with everyday tasks like opening doors or lifting objects overhead, and supports bone density in the upper body. The floor provides great stability for your back and shoulders. Plus, the slightly reduced range of motion where your upper arms stop at the floor can actually be safer for many people's shoulder joints compared to a deep bench press. Here's how to set up. Lie flat on your back on the floor. Bend your knees and place your feet flat on the ground for stability. Hold a dumbbell in each hand, palms facing each other or slightly inward. Position above your chest with the arms extended but not locked out. Slowly lower the dumbbells down and slightly out, keeping control. Pause briefly. Then, press the dumbbells back up powerfully to the starting position, squeezing your chest muscles. Common mistakes include flaring the elbows too wide, which puts unnecessary stress on the shoulders, or letting the lower back arch excessively off the floor. Keep those elbows tucked slightly and try to maintain contact between your lower back and the floor by keeping your core braced. If you want to make it harder without necessarily needing heavier weights, you can even try performing the press while holding a glute bridge position to add significant core and glute work. Aim for 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Now, for a crucial pulling movement to balance out all that pressing, the bent over dumbbell row. Let's face it, years of hunching over desks or phones can weaken our upper back muscles. This exercise is the perfect antidote. It strengthens those key postural muscles like your rhomboids, traps, and lats, helping you stand taller, pull your shoulders back, and fight that slouch. Why is this so important after 40? A strong upper back protects your shoulders, improves posture significantly, and balances out chest work, leading to better overall joint health and less likelihood of pain. Plus, building grip strength here is a fantastic bonus. Let's get that setup right. Grab your dumbbells, hinge forward at your hips, keeping your back flat, aiming for almost parallel to the floor. Let the dumbbells hang straight down, arms extended. Your knees should be slightly bent for balance. Then bend your elbows and pull the dumbbells up towards your lower ribs or hips. Keep your elbows tracking relatively close to your body. Squeeze hard at the top for a second, really feeling those back muscles working. Then lower the dumbbells slowly and with control back to the start position. Avoid yanking the weight up with momentum or using mostly your biceps. The primary work should come from your back muscles pulling. Also, don't let your lower back round. Keep it flat and stable throughout the entire set by bracing your core. Aim for 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 controlled reps. Our final essential strength move is the dumbbell shoulder press. Think about everyday tasks like reaching for something on a high shelf, lifting luggage into an overhead bin, or just having strong, capable shoulders. This exercise is key for maintaining that ability. It directly targets your deltoids, the main shoulder muscles, along with your triceps. Maintaining this overhead pressing strength is vital as we age for daily function and overall independence. You can do this seated or standing. Seated often allows for more focus on the press itself as it offers more back support. If seated, sit tall on a bench or sturdy chair, ideally with back support. If standing, plant your feet firmly above shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, core braced, and glutes squeezed for stability. From either position, hold the dumbbells at about shoulder height. Press the dumbbells straight up overhead until your arms are fully extended, but avoid locking out the elbows completely. Keep the movement controlled. Slowly lower the dumbbells back down to the starting position with control. A very common mistake, especially when standing, is arching the lower back excessively to help push the weight up. Really focus on bracing your core hard and squeezing your glutes to keep your spine in a safe, neutral position. If going heavy feels shaky or causes pain, don't ego lift. Use lighter weights and focus on perfect control. Go for 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions. That's it. 5 dumbbell moves to keep you strong, mobile, and injury-free as you age. Simple, effective, and focus on real-life strength. Train them 2 to 3 times a week with good form. Let me know in the comments below which one you're adding to your routine. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other video that covers the next step in rebuilding your body. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more fitness tips that keep your body strong for life. Stay strong.